Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I want to have a deep dive into the final issue of the Fractional Currency series, the fifth and final issue. First, I want to let you know that you can subscribe, like, share, and also join our memberships. If you like content like this, we encourage you to go ahead and basically throw a tip in the tip jar and support the channel. All that information is available in the show notes. So let's go ahead and take a deeper dive. So if you follow the other series of these, you'll remember how remarkably diverse they were. This is the opposite. The fifth issue, they only made a 10 cent and a 25 cent and a 50 cent. So you just have the three. They have very similar looks on all of them. Let's start with the 10 cent. Now the one 10 cent that I don't have here is the green seal. So there is an issue where they have the seal that's green instead of red. And the green seal is kind of one of the keys for the series because it's a little bit harder to come by. They don't catalog for a ton more, but they are difficult to get. One of the very most important things to point out on this is the difference between the long key and the short key. And what are we talking about there? Well, if you want to distinguish the two, the key is this key right on the seal. That is, you got the scales, and then you've got the stars, and then you've got the key, right? And so we're gonna look at the key here, and the short key is 4 millimeters, the long key is 5. Now, I actually prefer looking at it differently. One of the things that I like to look at is you can almost call the long key the filled in narrow key. If you look at the actual design difference, it is very, very long and filled in and narrow. It's like they redid the dies. Now look at this. The actuality is that most of the seal itself actually looks different. Look at the details on the seal here. And then as we move back down, look at the seal here. The dots are also just dots. Like they're not like on this note, those dots are small and in the background. And on the long key, there are these heavy dots. Also, the stars look like dots. And here the stars look like stars. So the entire seal is different. The seal is different, but the key is what people refer to. So the long narrow key is that design, which really thin, looks like a pencil, and the short key is much more defined. It has a little bit of nuance in there, totally different. Totally different. And that's the difference between Friedberg 1265 with the long key and 1266 with the short key. Now, as we move along to the quarter, the 25 cent piece here, is not that exciting. It also comes with either the long key or the short key. You can tell me which one that is after you look at it. Okay, see where you're taking notes, where you're paying attention. Other than that, the notes were all printed with this, with the blue, what they call the blue fiber paper. And there are varieties on these that you can find. There's specimen notes and things of that nature. But for the most part, it is what it is. It became a series that you just have the 3 major notes to collect. There's a couple of different varieties with the green seal. And then this final note here, I tend to call that guy Bob Hope. It is not Bob Hope. But these, they say, come both with the pink end and with the blue fibers. However, originally I had these listed as 2 different colored papers, because if you look at them, this one looks like it's the pink paper here, but when you look on the back of the notes, they both look like the blue fiber paper. But from the front of the notes, this one looks like it's like the pink paper, and this one you can tell has some coloring to it. So it's kind of interesting to see. But on these 2 guys, just finding that variation from the 1380 to 1381 is really what you're looking at there. So with only 3 notes to cover, it's not a long-winded process. On this issue, it's a lot easier to collect. Most of these notes you can find in gem condition. Most of these notes circulated are 25 to 50 bucks, unks are 100 bucks. This issue was created from 1874 to 1876 and is the last of the fractional currency that we had before we saw military payment certificates the next century. Guys, thanks so much for watching. You can leave your comments down below. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.